Hey there, it's me and my super cute assistant Asya. So we're here to continuing where we stopped. But before we get into sewing, I have a little fact for you about the corsets. Did you know that Victorian ladies wore corsets not only during the day, but also during the night? They had night corsets to keep their waistline teeny during they slept. Imagine you're waking up at 3 a.m., gasping for the air and thinking, well, at least my waist looks amazing. But thankfully, we are here to sew modern, stylish corsets for the day or maybe for the night to be beautiful, not for sleeping. So let's get started with our basque and have fun. So we're starting to sew the basque. Here is what we will need. Okay, a basque, gross grain ribbon, fusible interfacing again, a little piece, thread, needles, pins, and for sure the first part of our corset and the lining. The basque will be placed on the right hand side of the corset. To avoid confusion, you can hold the pieces up to your body and mark the right and left side on the wrong side with chalk or a fabric marker, as I did, for example. Let's start with the lining. If you remember, I didn't fully stick interfacing to it because my lining is already quite thick. But now I will stick it in the area where the basque will be attached. By the way, if you are more familiar with inches, don't worry, I've added all the measurements in inches in the video description. I will cut interfacing strips 3 cm wide. This includes the 1.5 cm seam allowance and 1.5 cm for the basque width. The length of the strips will match the length of the basque, which in my case is 25 cm. When placing the interfacing, I will position it 1.5 cm away from both the top and bottom edges of the corset. This allows for 1 cm seam allowance and an extra 0.5 cm for the basque channel. So I will need 2 strips of interfacing this size. Once the strips are ready, I will carefully stick them to the lining, making sure they are well pressed and secured. So, I'm reinforcing the lining, and before we move on, I highly recommend marking the waistline on all pieces. On the lining, I will use a needle and contrasting thread to baste the waistline for better visibility. And as for the main fabric, I will make small notches with scissors along the waistline on each piece. We will start with the front right part. You will need the main fabric and the lining. We will begin by sewing the hooks. First, we will mark the replacement on the lining. To do that, take the basque piece with the hooks and place it on the wrong side of the lining. Then mark the position of each hook like this. So now take the lining and main fabric to the right side and place them right sides together like this. Here's the wrong side and here's the wrong side. Make sure to align them carefully at the waistline marks and pin the layers together. Now we'll sew the seam. Start stitching from the top down to the first mark and make a back stitch to secure it. Then skip the space between the marks where the hook will go and start sewing again from the second mark to the third mark. Make a back stitch at the end of each section to secure it. Repeat this process, stitch between the marks, so here, and leave the space for the hooks unsewn. Just a quick reminder, the seam allowance is 1.5 cm, so make sure to sew 1.5 cm away from the edge. So we are done with the first part. Now it's time to press the seam allowances nice and flat. This will help everything sit smoothly. Let's do it. So now that the first part is done, let's move on the second part of the basque, the side with the loops. So again, we'll place the main fabric and lining right sides together, align them carefully and pin the layers in place. Now sew along the edge with 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. This time there is no need to leave any opening. Just sew a continuous stitch from top to the bottom. For the side with the loops, I'm pressing the seam allowance open, just like on other side. This will help reduce bulk and keep everything smooth, especially since the fabric is already quite thick. I also added a dog stitch along the edge 1 millimeter from the loops. This isn't mandatory, I did it for the first time to see if it helps close the gap between basque is fastened. We'll see how it turns out. Now to make sure the placement for the loops is perfect, I will align the pieces at the waistline. Then I will mark the spots for the loops, making sure they are parallel to the hooks. Here are the notches. Also, I use the middle hip mark for more accurate alignment. Looks like I've aligned the pieces evenly, so now it's time to mark the exact spots for the holes. I'll carefully place the marks where each loop should go. To double check, I align the pieces again, make sure the marks are accurate. So, see how our corset will look when it will be closed. To be extra sure, I will also measure the distance between the marks with a ruler. The spacing should be the same between each mark. Okay. In my case, it's 5 centimeters, and also 5 centimeters. And also, to be sure, I also check the distance between the middle of the loop. It's also 5, and 5. So, it's fine. Now, I will measure 8 millimeters from the edge, or in my case, from the top stitch. This distance corresponds to the space from the edge of the basque to the center of the studs. Now, we'll take an awl and make the hole, but only in the main fabric. There is no need to puncture the lining, just the outer layer. Can you believe it? I had already finished recording the whole video on how to sew the basque, and everything was done. And then I realized I forgot to add the gross grain ribbon. So now I'm going to rip it all apart and show you how to add the ribbon properly. So be careful. We place gross grain ribbon on the lining side. Here is the lining, here is the main fabric, and here is seam allowances and basque. Okay. So we place it on the waistline. And pin it. So you can see our great grain ribbon between the two layers, the main fabric and the lining. Now I will use a zipper hood and sew a stitch close to the basque to secure both the basque and the gross grain ribbon. is what we have at the end. The grass green ribbon between the two layers, and our busk is fixed. So now I'm going to do the same with another part. So we did it. We finished our busk. Now we can close it to check again. Here is our ribbon. So it wasn't the easiest part, but I'm so glad we got through it together. See you in a part 4, where we will continue sewing and bring our corset to life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you for watching and sharing this journey with me. Bye bye!